Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. And today is before breakfast time. I've got Paul, little heads right here. He's ready to eat. And I thought I would just film really fast on how I make his favorite breakfast for baby-led weaning. And that is the banana pancakes here from the baby-led feeding book that I talked about in another video, which is awesome. You don't even really need a recipe for this, really. It's just an egg and a banana, and then I throw some cinnamon in it as well. But he loves it, and I'm actually going to double it and make pancakes for him and me this morning. So I thought I'd film and show you guys what that process looks like. So like I said, I'm doubling this because I am also having banana pancakes with Paul. I kind of like the theory of we're both eating the same thing. So in a sense, I eat baby food. Which is usually actually super healthy. So if I'm eating something like a cookie, and I obviously don't want Paul to have it, I kind of think in my mind, should I be eating this? No. So then I try not to. So that was 2 bananas, and I'm just going to crack 2 eggs in here. Paul's getting hungry. And I'm not going to measure this, but it's like a dash of cinnamon to your tasting. I like cinnamon, so, and Paul doesn't seem to mind either. And this is a really old Ninja, in case you were curious. But any blender you want. You could do this with a fork if you wanted to, depending on where your baby is. Baby-led weaning, I just make sure you get that banana really mushed up so there's no chunks. I don't know how long you're technically supposed to blend this, but I blend it for a really long time. I really like it frothy. So I'm going to say I blend it for like 2 minutes. That probably might be overkill, but that's what I'm going to do right now. So I will say the key to this is having a very good nonstick pan, because the bananas are so sugary that they stick. So that's probably the most frustrating part. So I have a nonstick skillet here, and I have mine on like a medium. And what does medium mean? My burner goes from low to 7, and I have it on like 3.5. So I'm just gonna keep spraying this. The recipe does say to use ghee or butter, but I actually am out of ghee. I need to do an order to thrive. So I don't have any, so I'm just using avocado oil. These are one of the sprays that doesn't have any weird stuff in it, like no silicone or, you know. If you use Pam, which I did for the longest time, and somebody told me to look around, there's silicone in it, which is, I don't know, I find that disturbing. Maybe it doesn't bother you, but anyway, so I just sprayed that, and I'm going to spray it in between. And a regular like slanted spatula is not going to work. I find I use a heat-safe rubber spatula because I really need that thin part to get under there to flip them, because they're very sticky. I was so frustrated the first couple times I made this because it just made a mess. Everything was sticking, so this is just what I've learned. And I also keep them small. If I try to make them like traditional pancakes like this big, I can't flip them for some reason. So I usually make them like silver dollar size, which is easy for him to pick up too. And the way you know that they're ready to flip is just like any other pancake. You'll see bubbles, they'll look set around the side, and then you just flip them and they take a couple minutes on the other side too. These, usually he will eat a whole banana and egg worth of pancakes, but if he doesn't, I just pop them in the fridge and I give it to him cold. But they last in the fridge for about, I would say, 3 days. I have not tried freezing these, so I don't know how well that goes, but we usually just make these every few days. We go in between this and the baked oatmeal, which I'll do another video on because he loves that. And that's another great make-ahead one. So you can see with that one, I made it too big so then I couldn't flip it over, but it's fine. It tastes fine. He doesn't mind. I also don't typically use my big Ninja pitcher. I use a little itty bitty like smoothie one because I usually just make it from him and I feel like I can control it a little bit better. So even my spatula got all gunked up. I'm gonna try another one. See if this helps at all. So some days I do a really good job, some days I don't. So here's Paul's. I just put them on a big dinner plate because they cool really fast. And pretty much just, by the time I'm done, these are already room temp so he can eat those. So he's gonna eat his completely plain. I'm just going to slice some strawberries over mine and then I just drizzle a little maple syrup on mine too. So Paul is ready. Very, very hungry. So I'm gonna share another tip with you. In addition to this smock, which I don't think we had when I did the other video, and these are a lifesaver. I'll link them below. They're kind of a little bit of a pain to put on, but they contain the mess and I don't have to change his clothes every 2 seconds. It just goes down here and then done. But another thing to help with the mess is I used to just put a whole bunch of pancakes out here and he would like throw them all over the place. So now I only give him like 2 at a time. And then I let him finish and I ask if he wants more for baby sign and I just keep feeding him that way. And a lot more is getting eaten than thrown on the floor or in his little smock. Paul, you ready? Want some pancakes? Yeah. You think? So as you can see, he's not really interested in eating right now, which is fine. Sometimes he'll play like that while I'm eating and then he'll start eating, so I'm not gonna bore you with all of that. But he does usually love, of course, today with the camera, he's gonna prove me wrong. There you go. Good job. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, bye.